So I feel like it's been a little while since I've given you guys an update, and there's been a lot of changes. And so I thought I would just make this video to share with you a little bit behind the scenes of what's been going on in my business and a little bit in my life as well, probably along in the process. Hanging out here with Mink, as always. So a lot of you guys may have noticed that the month of April, I've been largely silent across social media, and it wasn't intentional, but it did happen. And so I thought I'd share kind of like why that happened as well in the process of this. So in February, I joined a new coaching program, and in efforts to get the absolute most out of it, I started making some shifts in my business. And so for a while, it was easy to maintain, but there became a point where I had to just focus on what was most important. And there were, also in full transparency, times where I would just procrastinate completely and create mountains out of molehills and just delay doing the things I need to do. So it's a daily journey as an entrepreneur, as an online coach. And so you're just constantly getting better at those things and iterating and trying to iterate faster. And so in effort to get the most out of this investment that I made into myself and into my business, number one, I took their advice, and I also started narrowing and tightening all angles of my business, of my niche, all the way from the naming of our products and programs to how we help our students to who we're actually trying to attract in and what words we even use to attract them in. And so in the process of it, there's a couple of things that have changed that have made me super excited, have also humbled me to see also results and students winning with these things. It's why I do. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It's what makes me continue to do this. And so what was initially called, it's had a couple names if we track it back. It's been called Shortcut. Originally, it was called Personal Freedom Mentoring. If you go even further back, it was called the Mind Riser for my OGs watching this right now. And what it eventually became in December 2020 was the Get Clients program. And the reason I call it the Get Clients program was to just be as super upfront and transparent about what the result is, so that when you were thinking about what program you wanted to join, there was none on the shelf, so to say, that was more clear than mine. So if you were an online coach looking to get clients, this was the thing for you. And I completely changed how we delivered the program when that launched back in December 2020. We launched a Facebook group that goes with it. We launched a whole, training center that you could go through in the Facebook group, and started doing weekly coaching calls with it. And we had about 30 students signed up initially for it. And so it was a huge kind of direction change, a doubling down on the progress I'd already made in my business and how I was already coaching students and what we were doing. At that time, we also removed one-on-one. I didn't think I was going to go into that, but it's relevant. We removed one-on-one when that launched, only to add it back maybe 7 or 8 months later and to start increasing the price of the program in efforts to move up market, in efforts to help a more ready, more able financially and execution-wise, like implementation-wise, people to join the program. And so it was called Get Clients, a weekly coaching call, and then eventually I added a 60-day one-on-one package to it, which was great. That helped me make better content for my clients. That helped me deliver it one-on-one and then go off to create an actual training on it and the resources for it. It was great. It's not so scalable though. So in February, in conjunction with the direction from my coach, do as they say. My coach's word is God. And so that's how I treat it. And so eliminated one-on-one, immediately switched back to group coaching, but we didn't lower the price. The investment has only gone up, and will be going up again without one-on-one being there. And while we removed one-on-one, it's going to be interesting to hear, and I can share more on this maybe in another video, but we've also added unlimited one-on-one as a part of it. We just have a different process for how it all works, because we've created a new system for how we walk our programs through, so that I'm not the person getting our students' results. The system does it. So when we add new students in, the system does it, which is kind of like going to be an underlying theme to all of this. It's been systems. So Get Clients, 60 days one-on-one. We help you for a year in the group after your one-on-one is done. Variety of different options to get through. We tightened up who we're helping in the process of it already. And come February, when I joined in, I also changed the name of my online Facebook group. And so up until this point, the Facebook group and the community, shout out to all my folks in what's now called the Leverage Coach community, was initially called Profit and Freedom. It was for consultants, service providers, and for coaches. We're doubling down. And I want to help more coaches, the people who just like me, who are here existing to serve people and to help them get results, to lead them better. And so it is switch from Profit and Freedom to the Leverage Coach community. And off the back of that, we've also changed the name of the Get Clients program to now be the Leverage Coach Academy. And so you may have seen in April some wording change around that. In that, it takes a lot of work to do these things, because in the process, we also launched a brand new members portal where our students can actually access everything and get it in a far simpler way than inside of the Facebook group. We've taken all the trainings we have in the Facebook group, we've reorganized them, and we're adding new content to support our Leverage Coach Academy core pillars and our core content and curriculum. And so our Facebook group is now called the Leverage Coach Academy, right? It's our members portal. We have a brand new training portal that's launched that we've put a lot of work into to make really good and to hopefully be one of the most, if not the most advanced system for coaches that are stuck below 7K to get that momentum and acceleration. I was also a huge Power Rangers fan growing up. And so as a kind of hat tip to Power Rangers, we were calling the members portal the command center, full on with a photo of what it looked like on the inside, like where Zordon was for all my nerds. I was a Power Ranger till I was like 13. Few know that fact, a lot of family do. I love Power Rangers. So we also changed how we onboard our students in. Right, initially it was a one-on-one for, like I said, for 60 days, about 8 calls. I didn't really count much, but about 8 calls. And your first call didn't count against that, wasn't onboarding. Me, you, we onboard you in. Now we have this really cool 3-part experience that onboards new students in a group. And so this has caused me to completely rethink the journey of our students and to also put results first. How can I, as a coach in my coaching program, my system, get my students, my perfect customers, results as fast as possible? And so if you're an online coach watching this, or if you have an online service business as well, how do you, when people sign up, not only make them feel like they're getting the result, but also get them that result and start to inch them towards that result, if at all possible, to move them out and forward? And so we've completely re-engineered under the hood and gave the business and the coaching program an entire brand new, fresh paint job. So it's now called the Leverage Coach Academy. We have a members-only portal that's called the Command Center. We have a whole brand new series of launchpad calls that get our students momentum and to get them results in the program as fast as possible, to get them to understand where everything is at and how it operates. So it's been a lot of work to get this done over these last, majorly over April, what started in February, but the back end of this really coming to life in April has, it's been fun. It's been a lot of work, but it's also been a lot of fun. It's also been cool seeing and getting feedback from students and seeing them starting to experience, and also seeing what our 3 newest students have been crushing it with it. We have Sean, who joined the program, got 2 clients in immediately. We have Carmel, who joined in. She's making her lead magnet and starting to understand the perfect ideal customer and the words that we use to target them in and how we can get them interested. We have Thomas, who just joined from Manchester, who's starting to crush it, booking more sales calls. It's been so cool just seeing this momentum. We're attracting a whole different caliber of students these days. And while it's exciting, it's equally humbling to have these sort of people reaching out to me and to the Leverage Coach Academy for help. And to think that, I still feel like we're only getting started. Like, these are still the early days. And so all of these things have caused for me to take a look at my list of priorities when you factor in procrastination and when you factor in like all the rest of life. Like, my arms are getting tired right now. I did shoulders right before this. I prioritized my health. I've been 100% consistent with both my diet and my workout. So in the midst of juggling all of that and making all of these changes, it caused for me to look at, okay, what do I do on a daily basis and what can go? And so I'm blessed to say that I have a pipeline and I have leads coming in regardless if I show up and do content every day. And what was also super interesting and something I'm excited to talk with our students about in the academy is right before I kind of went on a social media hiatus, we had just got done with a series on how to grow with stories and how to grow with 1-minute content, 2-minute content here on Instagram. We had this whole momentum going behind the entire group that I lead. And I look at myself as just like, yeah, I'm the leader of it and I'm the coach of it, but I'm also with them. And they are there as I'm building parts out of my business and showing them how it's working and reporting back on the results. And I'm doing things right there with them to implement and working right alongside them very often. And so what I want to share with you about all of that is it can take a lot of work to make those changes, but also when you move up market and continue to go up market, it is extremely rewarding as well. So we're attracting a whole different kind of person into the program these days because of these changes. And now, I want to get back to stories and making more content, stories aside. And one of the interesting realizations was after going silent, after having a whole month of focus on growing with stories in the program and a whole 30-day challenge for students, is that I went silent and sales were still coming in, leads were still coming in. And so it was just an interesting experiment to do. I'm excited to report back on it and also just to get back here. So that's what's a little bit of an update of what's been going on, why I went silent over the last couple weeks here in April, what's coming up in May with these changes, and hope this finds use in your life in some way and gives you at least an answer to why I wasn't as visible or present here on social media. Okay, last thing real quick. If you would like to be a part, because I would love to have you in, if you're watching this, into the Leverage Coach community, into our free group, then comment group or hit the link or button below wherever you're watching this video. And here in the month of May, I'm launching a brand new pilot program. I meant to tie this in as well. The Get Clients program, while it's been put on the shelf, it's also being melted down and molded into something new, and it's turning into a 6-week implementation program. And so we're launching a pilot group this month in May, and if you want to, either if you're a brand new coach and you want to get your first 3 to 5 clients, or you're wanting 3 to 5 clients over the next 45 days, this is the cut and dry and straight to the point, simplest path to do that. And it's going to be showcasing a few of our core curriculum pieces from the Leverage Coach Academy. We're going to pull them right out and walk you through them and implementing these initial pieces just to get your first couple clients in. Should end up being around $7,000 to $12,000 in revenue. So if you're a new coach or a coach hungry for some clients and you're cool and coachable, and which you have to be if you're watching the video all the way to this point, and you want to be part of the pilot program, then either message me the word pilot or drop the word pilot down below, and I'll reach out to you. I'll share you all the details of how it works, when and where, what the investment is, what the bonuses are, and how it all works and how it might be able to help you. So if that's you, drop the word pilot or hit the button or the link somewhere below or around this video, and I'll get you all the details on it. I'm really stoked for what we're gonna do with the Get Clients program and turning it into this 6-week workshop. So we wanna create some case studies from it. Right now it's more affordable than it's ever gonna be, and I wanna help a couple coaches right off the gate to be getting 3 to 5 clients in over the next 40 days. And if you wanna be part of that group, it's gonna be a good time. Drop pilot. See you in the next one.